What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about fixing the harshness in the high end of the TLM 103. Now, this is a little bit of a bright microphone, and on some recordings, the high end may sound a little bit harsh or shrill. So we're going to teach you guys how to fix that today. And I'm actually going to show you guys several different ways to do this. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the RX11 Elements Repair Assistant. So the first thing I always do is turn on the mouth declick to get rid of any saliva sounds. De-hum, I normally turn that off. Next, we have a tone thing. So if the recording's a little bit too high pitched, you can just move this tone down. That'll make it darker, or that will make it brighter. So this has a built-in EQ. If it's just a little bit too bright, you can maybe move that down to like -5 or something like that. This does have a de-esser in it, which I don't like, and a declip, so I usually leave those two off. And there's also a high cut, so that will cut off some of the high end as well. So that's one option to tame some of the harsh high end. So let me go ahead and play this clip. We'll turn this on and off and let you hear the difference. So here it is. I'll be doing a mothership tier list. Now remember, these are my opinions on the motherships. After I play one, all I can tell you is how I feel about the mothership. Now, you could possibly have some different feelings, but I don't know what your feelings are about something, so I can't tell you. All I can tell you is the way I feel about it. So this is... All right, so that will get rid of a little bit of harshness. I mean, this will do a good job. So we got mouth declick, and then we got our equalizer. So that's one way of doing things. Next, we're going to check out the Soothe plugin. Now, this is one of my favorite resonance removal tools. If you want to, you can just kind of set this to dial it in on just the high end. So if we put it something like this here, that should be pretty good dialed in for just the high end. And if I hit the play button and I turn this knob up, this will get rid of some of that harshness in the high end. So let's give that a try. This is my list of mothership tiers. All right. If you want to make your own list, go for it. That's because that's not how I felt about it. This is the way I feel. Right? It's okay. It's not great. It's not wonderful. It doesn't blow my mind, but so that should clean up some of the high end. And if you want, you can clean up a little bit of everything. Like my room's got a few issues in the low end. So normally I set mine up a little bit more like this. And if I hit play, check this out. I can play it just fine with no issues. So we're going to put Orion in. It's okay. Next up, we have the Northlight mothership, and again, I think this one's going to go in the it's okay. So that should clean up just a little bit of harshness. I like to run that around number 3, so that plugin's only doing a very small amount. So the next thing I'm going to pull up is the FabFilter Pro Q4, and I'm actually going to add a spectral band. So we're going to have two plugins doing the same thing. Now you don't have to run both of these, you can run one or the other, but right around here I'm going to make a spectral band, and I'm only going to make that by like maybe minus 2 decibels. That way you've got two plugins cleaning up the high end, and they're both only doing a teeny tiny bit, meaning neither one of the plugins is going to have to work too hard. And that means there's a pretty good chance you'll avoid any artifacting or unwanted degradation of your audio. So let's go ahead and hit the play button. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's definitely playable. You can play it. I don't like it. I don't love it, but it's very playable. Next up, we have the Dreadnought. That is your starter mothership. You'll get one of these for free. Honestly, this thing is going to go down here in the flog it with farts trash can thing. And, you know, it's not that great. And if you notice, I also have a high pass filter over here, which I can use to cut off some of the high end. Like if it's still a little bit too bright, just low pass it. I'm sorry, this is a low pass filter. So let's demonstrate that really quickly. It gets a big old thumb down. It's not really playable in Champion League. I mean, if you play this game long enough, you will move up in leagues. And that mothership, once you get up in the higher leagues, it's just not going to do it to it. I mean, you can use it, but it does cut out a little bit of that richness and a little bit of that detail on the high end. But if you just need to nuke a bright recording, there's that. Or you can always just kind of make a regular EQ band and lower the high end by a slight amount as well. So those are a few different options. If you want to run a de-esser it's probably not a bad idea to run a de-esser of some kind to knock down those harsh S sounds. So really, if you got all three of these going at once, each one's doing a little bit, which will help the high end a little bit. So let's go and hit play now. I wouldn't recommend it. And I will be moving a couple of these motherships to an in-between, so I may raise the rating of some of these ships a little bit later. You'll understand once I get to that part. But next we have the Monarch. I mean, the Monarch is... man, it's playable. It's going to go on the end of it's okay. It's not really... So now we have a whole bunch of plugins that are doing just a small amount. And that should really be knocking out some of the high end. Now, if I want to run a compressor, I can add my compressor. Now, I like to add all of this stuff for restoration before I get into the compression, because compression can make any of those harsh frequencies sound worse. So always run like your cleanup kind of plugins before you run your compressor, because you want to get rid of all the nasty resonating frequencies and the harshness before you turn on the compressor. After that, I'm going to go ahead and run a channel strip, which is going to run a second compressor. And then if I want to, I can add a little bit of EQ in. For example, if I want to add some more mid-range in, I can do that with this EQ. If I want to add a little low end in, I can do that with this EQ. And it's also got a second compressor. So I do like to run 2 to 3 compressors on a voiceover. I mean, if I'm doing like a professional gig and they don't want the audio edited at all, of course, I won't run any compressors. But like on my gaming channels for content creation, I like to run 2 to 3 compressors. So let's go ahead and hit the play button. It's okay. It's not great. It's not wonderful. It doesn't blow my mind, but I can play it just fine with no issues. So we're going to put Orion in. It's okay. Now on the bus, I'm going to add my SSL bus compressor. Let's turn that on. And that's just going to add another 1 to 2 decibels of compression, a very, very small amount, before we hit the limiter, which is also on the bus. So let's go and hit the play button now. We have the Northlight mothership, and again, I think this one's going to go in the it's okay thing. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's definitely playable. You can play it. I don't like it. I don't love it. And one of the reasons we're running 3 compressors, that means we can make each compressor only do a little teeny tiny bit, meaning you shouldn't really be able to hear the compression. If you compress like crazy on one compressor, you're going to hear that compression, and I like my compression to be transparent. So running 2 to 3 that are doing just a small amount, you can get up to like maybe 6 to 10 decibels of gain reduction, to where it only sounds like you're getting like 2 or 3. So that will just keep everything sounding really nice and natural. And then of course I go to my limiter and I try to make so that's just barely limiting. I don't want the limiter to be doing much of anything, but that will push us up to the proper volume. I set it at like minus 0.5 decibels. So we're pretty much really close to clipping. So let's go ahead and play it with the limiter of it, but it's very playable. Next up, we have the Dreadnought. That is your starter mothership. You'll get one of these for free. Honestly, this thing is going to go down here in the flog it with farts trash can thing. And, you know, it's not that great. It gets a big old thumb down. It's not really playable in Champion League. I mean, if you play this game long enough, you will move up in leagues. And overall, I mean, that sounds pretty good. So basically what we have is, first, we're running our repair assistant. If I got some background noise or reverb, I can move these up to get rid of it. But for the most part, I just turn on the mouth declick. And if I need the tone section, I'll use that. Right now, we're not using it. So that's just really the mouth declick right now. And that's all I need out of this one at the moment. If you like the de-esser, go ahead and use it. If you like the tone shaper, go ahead and use it. But this particular plugin can do all kinds of different things, which is why I like it. Second up, I've got my de-esser just to knock down the harshness of the S sounds. Then we have Soothe to get rid of a little bit of that resonance and harshness and just any resonating frequencies that don't belong there. This will help knock those out. Then we're going to run our Pro Q4 with a little bit of EQ. We're also going to run those spectral bands just to knock those frequencies out a little more. I mean, those are the main 2 frequencies in my room. And then, of course, the 103 can sometimes be a little harsh. So having some high-end resonance reduction over here is good. After that, we've got our compressor. Then we've got our channel strip, which is 100% optional. I just use that for a second compressor and maybe a teeny tiny bit of EQ. If I can even if it still sounds a little too bright, I can even just remove the treble down like that, so, and darken it up a little bit. So that's another thing you can do on the second EQ. If it still sounds too bright after you run the resonance reduction software, you can always just kind of bloop, pull that down right there. Then on the bus, we've got our compressor and we've got our limiter. And that's pretty much what I do for any type of professional voiceover. Now, I am recording in a semi-sound treated room, so it's not perfect. I mean, if I were doing like a real voice acting gig, I would probably go into a sound booth or go into my closet that's completely filled with clothes that will absorb all the reverb. It's good enough for YouTube videos, but the room is not perfect. But anyways, RX11 Elements Repair Assistant. We got the FabFilter de-esser. Any de-esser will work. I have the Soothe 2. I mean, any resonance removal plugin will work here. We've got Pro Q4. Pretty much any EQ that has either dynamic or spectral bands will work great. I mean, this is just an option. This one is not necessary. You can do everything with Soothe, or you can do everything with this, depending on which one you like better. But I like to run both. That way each one's doing a small amount. After that, we got our compressor. We got our channel strip, which is not needed, but I definitely like to run one. Then we got our bus compressor and our bus limiter, and ba-bam. That's pretty much how I do it to it on fixing the harshness on the TLM 103, plus everything else I would run to get a finished sounding voiceover.